Oh yes, so no ye wanna wash na na. Eri Biafra go mana o. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Obamomo. The spirit of Biafra is upon me. That is why I am offering this song to our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa in Urobo dialect and Isoko. Lucky star is sinking, I'm sinking, Udogu, Biafra. Amorotomo, Agbada Brururu. Amorotomo, Agbada Brururu. Excellency Simon Ekpa. Nieruwe yo, Witruwe Salot. Go with the same. The freedom you brought to do well for us. Go with the same. No. Amorotomo Agbada Bruru. Dear Simon Joe, you have done so much for us. I am shedding tears of joy. Your tide cannot be seen easily. I search around the whole world, the greatest freedom fighter. We, the Robo and Isuku, we appreciate you awesome. Worry sister, say you are so good, you are so wonderful. Clara Dimu say you are so good. Amorutamo Agbada. Helen Peter say you are so good. That is the truth. Patricia Robo say you are so good. Amorutamo Agbada. What a wonderful man. The good guy. It's only the food that we eat. And I know those who are sitting at the fence in this Biafra struggle, they will not learn. Maybe they will learn in the grave. Urobisoko with the sendo. The freedom you brought to do well for us. Worry sister say you are so good. Urobisoko with the sendo. Claradim say you are so good. Anna Wabadaguru. Amorotomo Agbada Bruru. Amorotomo Agbada Bruru. Urobisoko with the sendo. Urobisoko with throw a salute. Even lucky star in the sendo. You do well, with the sendo. That you do well, we salute you, we throw a salute. Patricia Urobo say you are so good, you are so good. Amorotomo Agbada Bruru. I am in tears of joy. For your good work cannot be quantified. Oh, Amorotomo Agbada Guru. Ewo, Kisiko
Those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is the message for you. Those who from their mother's womb were born. Do this very well. You must be very, very strong.
When the Moroku, Nijimwero Mekumu Biafra. When the Siputa, Makamwero Mekanyinaga. Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Ogeruo.
Oh, when the Moroku, Makamwero Wangi. Oh, when the Muruchekwa, Makamwero Wewu Biafra. Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Ogeruo. The spirit of Biafra, Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. When the Biafra Gideon, Oamadike no na donjon, Mukekweki Eremeyae. Bodike, Mosike Rurajobalike. Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Ogeruo.
The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in exile, Master Simon M. It wants to smooth to swing up and even I would have. New brother and down from my Ebudo. Oh, Guinea. Master Simon M. Emesu Wokore, Onyendu. Iye Gamadikeruo. Imokwa Simon M. Bawukie. Iye Gamadikeruo. Simon M. Bawuatatabo. Ojuda Kwenyi. Mkwikwe Onyendu Kinebetata. I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never do that. I will follow you, for Prime Minister Veroni, and you got one who got I will follow you, and I will follow you, I will follow you, for Simon Veroni. The question is this: if Nigerian government failed to organize referendum for children of Biafra, are you ready to lead us to do anything in order to get freedom from Biafra? And I'm going to be number one to follow you. If you're looking for 100 men, you'll find 50 in me. Okwe Bucharangui, Master Simon Epa, or Guinea.
Master Simon Epa, Biko, GC, Kaka, Nogu, Atakata, Kaina, Ojuda, Uwe, Bolonyendu Kine Menata. I am 50 men, oh yes, and I said, I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never look back, I will follow you. For Prime Minister Veroni, and you got one who got I will follow you, and I will follow you, I will follow you. For Simon Veroni. Biafra, Dahi Moroka Yarole, Iye Jamadike, Biafra Republic Government Awutie, Iye Jamadike, Commander General Lekweshiri, General Mutuso, Sona Atakata War, maka Biafra. Oro putara anyị onye ndu ihe Simon Eba
Witness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy on us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace. Under our command, O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
Biafra Republic! Biafra Republic!
Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on today's program. It is a new week, and I welcome you to a very wonderful and beautiful week. Today is the 30th of September, the last day of September. That is where we are. And the last day of September is Monday, a special day, as you all know, to us Biafrans. It's a special day. So I welcome everyone that has connected wherever you are joining us from. If you are joining from the Facebook, I welcome you, I appreciate you. If you are joining me from TikTok, I welcome you, I appreciate you. If you are joining me from the YouTube, which is exactly where I'm hosting the program, I host the program on YouTube, and on that YouTube, you are free to join me on stage if you so desire. There is a link on YouTube where you can join me on stage and make your contribution. Wherever you are watching the program from, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. I want to remind you, for those who are joining us for the very first time, this platform where you are watching this program is a platform that stands for the Biafran government, a platform under our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Epa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. In this very platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We don't come here for saga. We do not come here to attack any individual. We don't come here to attack any race or religion. We don't come here for propaganda or blackmail. What we do in this platform is to bring facts to the world, to let the world know what is going on in Biafra land. For those who do not know Biafra, Biafra is a country that has been existed from 1967 to 1960, but Nigeria fought a war against it, run it over, and since then till date, Biafra is under occupation by the Nigerian government. There have been series of genocide from that very war up to date as we speak, and they continue to perpetrate this evil. The war has not ended, even when they ended it in paper in 1970. It is still ongoing up to this day. Thousands of Biafrans are losing their life. The government have come openly online and declare war against Biafrans. First of all, they called it jungle warfare. And later on, they told us they are going in for asymmetric warfare. That is what is going on in Biafra land today. But they try to hide this fact from the world. Nobody is reporting it. The conventional media in Nigeria will not report it. International media are not paying attention. That is why we have taken upon ourselves to speak about this issue and let the world know what is going on in Biafran territory. We cannot keep silent anymore. We have been silent for a very long time. But finally, we thank Chukwu that people have risen up to speak. Our eternal leader, Dim Odumegwu, fought this battle in 1967, and he fought for 3 good years. And Nigeria ran over Biafra. And since then, they have continued to intimidate. They continue to commit crimes against the Biafrans up to date. The Biafran people have been stripped of all their rights in the Zoological Republic. And we will not continue to listen to that. Because of the intimidation, because of the dehumanization of the Biafran people, the supreme leader of IPOB, Mazen Nandekan, rose up and started the evangelism, the broadcast, just as we are doing now, to speak to the world about the situation in Biafra land. Nigerian government have told a lot of lies against the Biafran people. The caliphate that is in charge of Nigeria have told so many lies against the Biafran people. And today, those lies can no longer hold water because the truth is out. We have used our various platforms on social media to decimate the lies and bring out the truth. That is what we are doing on a daily basis. That is what I do on this platform, to bring out the truth and nothing but the truth. We are not engaging in any blackmail or propaganda or lie. And whatever we say in this platform is verifiable. All you need to do is to pay attention. Go and verify by yourself. You can equally use your phone that you have in your hand to make investigation about Biafra and what is going on in Biafra land. The evil of Nigeria is evident, is very clear, and the Biafrans are doing everything possible to put them online so that people can see these things. Because the media will never report about it. Today, Nigeria is the most terrorized country in the world. The most terrorized country in the world. It doesn't matter how you rate it. All they need to do is to pay attention. The number of people that are losing their life in Nigeria on a daily basis cannot be compared to any other place in the world. It is so because the government of Nigeria is a terrorist government. Mazen Nandekan created the awareness, woke up the Biafran people, and the Biafran people rose up to their duties to make sure that their land is being restored. He did not just stop with the Biafran people, he extended it to the Oduduwa people, and the Oduduwa people woke up. So many of them today are demanding for Oduduwa nation. He didn't stop there, he touched the middle belt, and the middle belt are rising up. They are equally asking for their independence. The Hausas were woken up and they are asking for Arewa today. But the government that is being controlled by the British and the Caliphate have refused to see reasons and allow people go their separate ways, grow in their own space at their own speed. The request of Mazen Nandekano from the beginning till date was referendum. Allow the people to make decisions and decide where they will be. Allow the people to choose what they want. You don't have to force people into an enclave where people do not have the same ideology. They don't have any similarity whatsoever. The diversity is a destructive one that cannot be managed. It doesn't matter how you try to. By the way, the contraption called Nigeria has expired since 2014. Since 2014, the zoo expired completely. On the recent agreement that the British put on the ground, they were told to renegotiate the zoo after 100 years. The 100 years completed in 2014 and nothing was done. The criminality in the zoo has increased, the fraud has increased, the loss of life have increased, the bad economy have increased. Every section of that zoo has fallen and continue to fall. And the Biafrans cannot continue to fold their hands and watch because most times they use Biafrans as a scapegoat. They blame Biafran people for everything that happens in Nigeria. They turn every ethnic group against the Biafrans, and today you can see them online and offline speaking against the Biafran people, including Biafran people themselves. Some people who are Biafran are made to deny their identity. That is how bad it is. And we cannot continue to condone that. Mazen Nandekano entered into the evangelism and spoke loud about this, demanding for the referendum, but they refused. Instead, they planned to take his life. They tried to take his life, they couldn't succeed. Mazen Nandekano escaped, went abroad, was in exile, broadcasting and speaking, and they went to Kenya and kidnapped him. With the connivance of some idiots, some criminals who claim to be Biafrans, who claim to be agitators also, they were part of the kidnap. Mazen Nandekano was kidnapped in Kenya, an extraordinary rendition to Nigeria today. the supreme leader of IPOB in Nigeria. It's been 4 years today. He's in captivity, in solitary confinement. He has passed through the whole law process, but they have refused to release him. He has defeated the government from the lower court to the highest court. Instead of releasing him, they brought him back to the lower court and told him to start afresh. The Zoological Republic have gone against every single law they put in place. A very lawless country that does not obey their own law. How much more obey international law? The extraordinary rendition of our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu is an evil, a crime that Nigeria should be punished for. But because of the interest of the West, they turn a blind eye to that. Up to this moment, the Supreme Leader of IPOB is still in captivity. They kidnapped him from Kenya, and the mission why they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu was to stop Biafra. They thought after they kidnapped him that the Biafra would be an end and they would take over. The main reason why they are bent on taking over Biafra is because of the resources. The resources that made Nigeria what they are today is coming from Biafra land. But unfortunately, they steal these resources to themselves, take it to the north, develop the north, and allow the Biafra land to become impoverished. As we speak, the areas where this oil are coming from are impoverished, very, very impoverished. There's nothing to write home about. Not even a single federal government presence in that area. Companies that are extracting the oil, extracting the mineral resources and the wealth, have no offices in these areas. They have their headquarters in Abuja and Lagos, and that is where they take the money to and those things. All these are evil perpetrated against the Biafran people, and we have said it and said enough is enough. It will not happen anymore. They kidnap Nnamdi Kanu thinking that they're going to end the request of the Biafran people, not knowing that they have just opened a hell gate. After the kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu, the Prime Minister Mazi Simon will come on board and begin to champion the restoration of Biafra. It is no longer agitation. It is no longer message or agitation. It's no longer begging people or trying to be politically correct. We have gotten to a stage where the only alternative and option that we have today is to let Biafran people go. The Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, is not ready to sit at the table for any talk apart from talking about the restoration of Biafra. If you want to discuss the restoration of Biafra, he has given an open option. Talk to Finland government to mediate between you and Biafrans. And as long as you do not want to go into negotiation and talk about how Biafrans are going to get their freedom, the Biafran people will continue to resist you. They will continue to resist the Nigerian government to the highest level. Today, the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu gave birth to our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. And I bet you, as he has promised, in his era in the new dimension, which Nnamdi Kanu himself authorized and permitted, and also prophesied about, sanctioned and ordained. In that new dimension, the only thing we are facing on is restoration of Biafra. It is either Biafra or Biafra. There is no other negotiation we will have to negotiate except Biafra. That is why the Biafran people have come together and they are demanding for the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu through the Biafran government. The Biafran people made a decision that every Monday is going to be a sit at home, total lockdown in Biafran territory, to demand for the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu, to demand for the unconditional release of every political prisoner of Biafra that is being held captive, to increase the delegitimization of the Zoological Republic government in Biafran territory, and every official of the government of Nigeria, be you a governor, be you a minister, be you a local government chairman, you no longer have legitimacy in Biafran territory. The Biafran people have denounced every one of them. And that is why for the past 3-4 years, Biafrans have been sitting at home every Monday to make their voice heard. Everything we are saying are verifiable. If you think you don't have enough information as I'm speaking, you can make inquiries. If you are an investigative journalist, please fly to Biafra land and see things for yourself. Go to Biafra land, do your investigation and see things by yourself. Then make your report and see what you get. What you are going to get is much, much worse than what I can tell you in this very platform. You know, the social media have restrictions. There are certain things I won't show here. There are certain things I will not tell you here. But I want you to go down there. If you are an investigative journalist, go down and find things out by yourself so you can join us and speak up of the evil happening in Biafran territory as we speak. My fellow Biafrans that are watching and people of the world, lovers of freedom, today is Monday, a day that we all speak loud on the delegitimization of the Zuluka Republic, which is being powered by the Biafran government. And I tell you, the delegitimization of Nigeria today continue to a higher level. Biafra, Republic Government in Exile, through Prime Minister Mazi Samaripa, is leading us to freedom. And there is nothing anybody can do about that. It is either Biafra or nothing. As I always say, in this era, we are not trying to say things that will make you happy. The Biafrans are not interested in any political correctness or political solution. We are not interested. We are not going to say anything that will make you happy. We are not begging you to like us or to love us. Never again. We are not doing anything to please anybody, but we are doing what we are doing to save our life. It is Biafran first. Whatever you want to offer to us and it doesn't have Biafra first in it, we will not be part of it. The interest of the Biafran people comes first. The world we live in today operates according to interest. It is because of the interest of the West that they will see the evil happening in Biafra land, committed by Nigerian government, yet they allow them to stand in the United Nations and speak. It is because of the self-centeredness and personal interest of the world. That is why today Nigeria can still be bold to stay among the community of nations and speak. It is obvious that our freedom is in our hand. Nobody is going to come to save us. We will save ourselves. And that is exactly what we are doing today. And I bet you, we will even do much more than you can ever imagine. Wherever you are watching me today, I want you to understand that the freedom of Biafran people is not negotiable. We are not ready to negotiate anything except our freedom. There is nothing you can offer to us today in exchange for our freedom. Nothing. We do not want your restructuring. We do not want your regional governments. We do not want your presidency. We do not want anything, any appointment or anything that has to do with Nigeria in it. All we want is a total independence from the Zuluka Republic of Nigeria. And the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Eba, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, has made it clear. That is why today, every Biafran that is in Biafra territory should get it straight. If you are not in Biafran territory and you're in Biafran, wherever you live, tell your family that Biafra land does not celebrate October 1st. Tomorrow is October 1st. The day the zoo pretend to have independence, but they never had it. The day British planned their evil and they built a company that have held human beings, individuals, captives, and made them look like animals. We will not be part of that celebration. The Prime Minister have given an order and say there will be no 1st October celebration in Biafran territory. Wherever you are in Biafra land, get it straight and get it clear. We will not be part of any celebration called October 1st. It does not matter who is celebrating, where they are doing it, who is involved. If you are living abroad, get this information straight. Tell your families that we are not part of any celebration that has to do with Nigeria. October 1st will not have it. In fact, it is a lockdown. Mazi Simon Eba, the president, have said it, that tomorrow is a lockdown. Biafran territory will be locked down, and I bet you the Liberation Army knows what to do. If you are living in Biafran territory tomorrow, October 1st, do not expose yourself to danger. Don't expose yourself to danger. Stay away. Stay in your home. If you don't know what to do, cook ofen salad, cook your native soup, the best soup, cook it and eat it. Stay with your family and continue to pray for the restoration of Biafra. That is the right thing to do. Tomorrow is a lockdown. We are not part of the zoo. We will never be part of it, and we will never, ever be part of it. We are out. In case you don't understand, Biafra has come. All you need to do is look around you, then you will understand where we are today. And it is no longer a time we are trying to make people like us. It is no longer a time we want to make people like us. If you have friends who want to hate you because you're a Biafra, leave them, they are your enemies. If there is a business you cannot do except you deny yourself as a Biafra, leave that business and forget it. Immediately you deny your identity, you have sold your soul. And I bet you, whatever you think you are gaining, deny yourself, you are going to lose it completely. It's just a question of time. Whatever you think you are gaining, by denying your identity, you will lose it completely. It's just a question of time. I pray that every one of us will pay attention and know that it is no longer time for jokes. In this era, the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is not our eternal leader, He is not Owazirike. He is not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are in the era of the restoration of Biafra under our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Dragon. And he has said it. He has come to finish the assignment that our eternal leader, Dim started. In case you don't understand it clearly. It is not just because he said it, it is because the time has come. Chukwu Okike Abiyama has given this project and he has started the project. You can't stop it. It is not because Mazi Simon Ekpa is too strong, it's not because he's too intelligent, it's not because he is living in Finland, because it is the project of Chukwu Okike Abiyama, and Chukwu Okike Abiyama brought him, planted him, made him who he is. I'm sorry for those who are trying to think of kidnapping him, bringing him down. Or the more you make those plans, the more you draw Biafra close. Just like you kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and you thought by kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu you stop Biafra. Today, look at where we are. Pray that you'll be alive to see December 2nd, and then all hell will break loose. You are welcome, my beloved brother. Thank you so much for joining me. Ndudi, thank you so much for joining. I welcome you. Go on and speak to Biafrans. Let's hear you, my brother.
My brother, good morning.
Good morning, my beloved brother. You're welcome.
My
brother.
Biafrans, I greet every one of you this morning. It is a thing of joy for us to witness what is happening.
Yes.
It is clear that we are going somewhere now.
Absolutely.
It is now clear to everyone that we have a target. Unlike before. Now before I Basatra Biafra, because as at that time, the Madana said Biafra Nabia in 2015, Biafra Nabia in 2018. But when I look at it, we don't know that now a web of no direction yet. A web of target. But look at now. We don't know that we are going, so we have a target now. There is where we are going now. We have seen the sign. When I first met or get in contact with the Biafra government in exile, there were a lot of propaganda that Simon Ekpa is destroying the Southeast, Simon Ekpa is a non-government, Simon Ekpa is this, is that. And I was even hungry at that time. Who is this Simon Ekpa that is terrorizing everybody? And I decided to begin to search. Who is this Simon Ekpa? And I begin to get closer to his activities. And I understand that this is a man that God has sent to deliver Biafra. It is clear. I was discussing with one of my brothers the other day. He said, Simon Ekpa is a fraud. He's a fraud. I say, if you don't know it today. That Simon Ekpa and his Biafra government in exile and the homeland have sued Nigeria in African court in Brgie. Now, yes. If you don't have a solid foundation, if you don't have, in fact, if you are not a government, you cannot go to that court to tell you the level of this man has got into. If you're kind of an organization, you as soon as you get there, they will throw your petition out. But this one is well planned. That's why the court can even welcome and receive the application against Nigeria. To tell you, it's no more joke. It is not a joke like before. No, it is not a joke. So I'm asking everybody to wake up. Those who are still sleeping should wake up. For the time has come. There was a message I received in 2015. In 2015, precisely around Easter 2015, I was in an altar praying, and a voice came. The voice said that Nigeria has come to an end. I'm telling you what happened in 2015. This is the voice I heard. Nigeria has come to an end. I turned around, I did not see anybody. And I begin to question the voice. What happened? Why? And the voice said a lot of things. But the bone of contention is that Nigeria has come to an end and that no man can repair it. I'm telling you what happened in 2015. And since that time, Nigeria began to turn into another thing up to today. So those who haven't seen that Nigeria has come to the end of the road should from now know it. They were shouting about P2B last year. P2B will do this. P2B will do that. I say leave P2B. P2B cannot win an election because it is not the plan of God for Nigeria. The plan of God for Nigeria is that Nigeria must disintegrate. So anybody who is hoping that P2B will win an election is wasting your time. Until after the election, there were many prophets were coming saying they will go to court. This one will happen, the other one will happen. I say, wait, it can never happen. Because if P2B will enter there, he will try himself to try to rebuild Nigeria and bring Nigeria back to trap, which is not the plan of God. The real plan of God is that this country must be dissolved. And it must happen. And it has started happening. Nobody can stop it. So I'm encouraging everybody, if you know the area you can support this government, go ahead and do it. My brother, Jideki just onye asenya Jideki ojinya no na-eme nke ọma. Oziọma ahụ na-agbasa Jehova ya gba unu ume n'aha Jizọs.
Ise.
Onwe ihe ngere na yeme Prime Minister concerning the ndị a na-achị ikpo datara n'ala Igbo. When na-ajụ na in all the northern part of Nigeria, there is nowhere they will build a training center for IDP camp people. It is now in Igbo land. Yeah. What they are just trying to do is to bring these people down, trying to mix us up, so that you will not even know who is who again, just as it happened in Benue. They infiltrated them, they are everywhere. That is just what they are planning to do. And Hope Uzodinma is doing this because he wanted to come out as a president. He wanted to contest for the president of Nigeria. That's why they are building all this. But it's not going to work. I trust the Prime Minister. I trust him. As he has said it, I know it must surely happen. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. So everybody should just calm down. Let us be focused. All these are distractions. These are distractions. And many more will come, just as the Prime Minister have said, that many more propaganda and distraction will still come, but we'll have to be very focused. Yeah. We should not look back. So thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I really appreciate that, your line of thought. I really appreciate it so much. You know, some people don't understand. I used to say it in my brother. I say, it is not enough to tell us Biafra is going to come. It is not enough to tell us Nigeria is going to be good. What is your yardstick of measurement?
Yes.
When you hear Biafra will come, you don't just believe because somebody said it. I tell people, you don't just believe what I say here because I'm here shouting every day. No. Make your own investigation. Use your common sense. Apply your common sense in anything. When we say Biafra, when Prime Minister said that Biafra is going to come, even he said he knows the date, people were laughing. Even most of us didn't believe. We didn't know what he was saying. We thought it was maybe a dream. But as time goes on, today, when somebody tells you Biafra is coming, all you need to do is to look at the things that have been done. Look at the process. Look at the strategies. When you look at it, there is no need to ask questions on that. All you need to do is to pray and make your own impact. Prime Minister have defined, before, the question that we are posing to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in every program is, what is your strategy? What is your strategy? What is your strategy? That has been the question against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in any program he attends.
Yes.
But Mazen Nnamdi Kanu kept silent because it wasn't the time. It wasn't time. Just like he told them that Biafra will have a government, but when that time reach, he is going to tell me, he said, I will not tell you how we are going to form the government. He said, before Biafra will be declared, we are going to get the mandate from Biafran people. But how we are going to get that mandate, I will not tell you. So many questions they have asked Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and he kept saying, it's not that he doesn't know the answers to the question, but the time is not raised right.
Yes.
Because of the Ifajunas who are filled up every day. While he was there, a lot of Ifajuna and Fonjas surrounded everywhere, and he kept quiet. But today, immediately that time came, he called it the new dimension, and he told us it is here.
But my brother, does it mean that Nnamdi Kanu knows Simon Ekpa before, or that he was just speaking as a prophet?
Well, that is why we say that Biafra is a spirit. Just like you said for a very long time, they have been saying Biafra will come, Biafra will come. But when Simon Ekpa came, you looked at him and you saw something. You listened to him, you saw something. That's the same spirit is in every one of us. The only thing that some of us fail to listen to that inner voice. Some of us, out of greed, envy, and jealousy, we keep our ears shut to that voice. It is the same thing that happened to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Mazen Simon Ekpa, when he came on board, he was broadcasting the same way I'm broadcasting like this. That is how Mazen Simon Ekpa started. Mazen Simon Ekpa did not consult anybody. He never knew Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He only saw him. He knows him as the leader of the IPOB. He knows him as a leader. But he didn't have any private discussion with him. He started just the same way I am broadcasting. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu saw his broadcast, listened to his broadcast. In one of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu program where he was doing question and answer, somebody called on that program and asked Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, there is one man they call Mazen Simon Ekpa. He is preaching Biafra, but he's not a member of IPOB. Who is that man? Why do we allow him to continue to talk? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu responded and said that Mazen Simon Ekpa is Mwachineke. That only Mwachineke can do what he's doing. That even though he has not joined IPOB then, that he is going to come by. He never told anybody to attack him. This was before Mazen Simon Ekpa joined IPOB. He continued to broadcast on his own. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu saw deeply through revelations. Biafra is a spirit. When we say it is not just to make people happy or to make people jump, it is true. That is why everything you are doing, each and every one of us have an assignment. Focus on your own assignment. Listen to your inner voice. Forget jealousy, envy, and this thing. All of us must not be a leader. All of us must not be on the field. Some will be speaking. Some will be sharing the information. Some will be financially supported. Everybody have the area where, if you know that place where Chukwuka have called you, focus on it. Remove jealousy. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu saw it. Can you imagine that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, while he was still around, he was directing you to somebody else. He said, listen to this man. He is bringing a new dimension into the struggle. Not when he was started. He was still in charge. He pushed you to that direction. What else do you want to hear from him? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu saw clear what was coming. And look at what we have achieved. Within the short space of 2 years, look at what have been achieved. Look at the level of Biafra. In the space of 2 years. Today, the lobby that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have been talking about for a long time, what the idiots surrounding him is doing, that they collect money from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and they share among themselves. They collected, they said they spent $750,000 to lobby for Biafra, but nothing was done. We didn't hear any address or anybody they gave money or who they did it on, who was representing Biafra. They didn't show us. Mazin Nandekano cried. This was what Mazin Nandekano saw, and he cried and said he needed men. At a point in time, he said, are there no more men in Biafra land? In less than 3 years, just within 2-3 years, look at the achievement. Today, Biafra is on the highest stage, not just by making noise. Mazin Nandekano have done every noise making. When it comes to evangelism, Mazin Nandekano did it, everybody hear it. But you have to make it official. If you do not make your pursuit of Biafra official, no person is going to listen to you. It is not enough to come online and say, oh, hey, Biafra, oh, hey, Biafra. Mazin Nandekano is the leader. Shout it for 1,000 years, you will still remain in captivity.
That's so.
And the world will not listen to you. You need to do everything in a legal form. You have to make it official. That was why in the era of President Samuel, the move was made. The lobbying group, every one of us know the lobby group. Their address, their company is known. It is not hidden. Every single one, you can see their picture, you can call them, you can consult them. The lobby group today are there. And when they were approached, they said, nobody, no organization, no individual have approached them before about the issue of Biafra. Officially, they have been waiting for it. Nobody made that move. But as we speak, that move has been made. And the zoo is so scared about the recognition of Biafra by the United States. That is why you see them today pushing propaganda. They went to the extent of calling ICC to come and look at Biafra. You are calling ICC, you that have committed different kinds of crime and kidnap somebody. You kidnap an innocent man. You have the God to go and call ICC. Because they see the progress that the Biafrans are making. They are shocked and they can't control it. Look at where we are today. We have successfully conducted a referendum. That word that Mazin Nandekano spoke. Mazin Nandekano said, we will have the mandate of the Biafran people before we declare Biafra. But how we will get those mandates, I will not tell you. Today, it has been done.
Yes.
More than 50 million Biafrans voted and say they want to exit the zoo. More than 50 million. There has never been any election in Nigeria that brought a president that had up to 50 million votes.
At all.
It has never happened.
Never. Yes.
For the very first time, the Biafran people, the referendum we have been making them, they refuse. Today we have conducted it by our own self. Online and offline, with evidence. Investigative journalists have investigated and they saw that it is real. Organizations have endorsed it already. Today, that mandate of 50 million, it's not a joke. It is no country of the world will hear that and see that mandate and begin to tell us to stay in Nigeria. No organization in this world, no country, we see that and they ignore Biafra. It doesn't happen. There are countries in this world that are not up to 10,000, 10 million.
20 million.
There are some that are not up to 20 million, some are not up to 10 million in this world today. But more than 50 million have voted and still counting. Politically, we have defeated the zoo. Politically, they say politics is a game of number. The majority carries the vote. So if you feel that our referendum is not perfect, or maybe it is not all right, come and conduct your own. Conduct your own and let's compare. And the Biafrans will supervise it. We have defeated them diplomatically, politically, and in the armed struggle, the Liberation Army of Biafra are not looking back. They are not playing. They are not playing. Do you think that if it were before, they would have declared many dance, either crocodile dance, python dance, or crocodile smile?
Yes.
Time, they are very scared of the enemy. Instead, they are pulling out. Most of their policemen and military men are resigning. And they will
in numbers.
They will continue to resign until they leave Biafra land. So when you look at this success that we are seeing today in broad daylight, why won't you embrace Biafra and give your own support? We are planning for our convention. For the very first time, Biafra held a convention in Finland. That was last year. The second convention is coming up this year. And in that convention, the final result of this this very self-referendum we call.
Referendum.
After the final result, on the 2nd of December, that declaration that Mazen Nandekano told you about, that we have mandate before we declare, it will be made. And remember the word of Mazen Nandekano. Anytime Biafra is declared, we will defend it to the last. Anytime Biafra is declared, it doesn't matter how long it takes, we will defend it and make sure it's been instituted. Today we are approaching that level, and I ask every Biafrans to tighten their belt. If you still think it's a joke, I am sorry. Just like Mazi Samaneba said, that for some people who thought that maybe Biafra restoration is a joke, if it was a joke before, it is no longer a joke. It is a serious business. And it is your business. It is my business. We must take it serious.
Yes.
Everybody is involved now. The world is involved. Some people you don't know. Biafra is getting recognition. And wait, after the declaration, you are going to see countries coming in the open to recognize Biafra. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying. Their propaganda and blackmail cannot stop us.
At all. At all.
We are on our way home. I pity those of them who are still dancing and pretending not to know what they're doing. Who are still attacking Mazi Simon Eba and left what they will do. Those of them who think that by attacking Mazi Simon they will stop Biafra. They are joking. You know, Mazi Simon warned them. He warned them earlier before now. They didn't understand. I'm still going to play that warning to remind them. Maybe they have forgotten what he said in the past.
Not looking anybody's face. The only person I respect in this struggle is not looking anybody's face. That Simon Ekpa is not looking anybody's face. The only person I respect in this struggle is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I gave him my word that I will never disappoint him. Before you pick a fight, Okpukpumbo abụrụ ọkpụkpụ na anọ mmadụ n'onu onye aha ka dị ndụ. No. Ọkpụkpụ nke mụ ọ nọrọ gị n'onu ogbuo gị pee. No matter what, you can't take it out. Agbago mụ Nigeria n'onu. Gbaa ndị iro Biafra n'onu. Gbaa ndị si na Biafra agaghị abịa in 2023 n'onu. Arọ m ha n'onu na-akụ ha wọwọ. Woto woto. Ọkpụkpụ a, you can never swallow it and you can never bring it out. So I want you people to understand that propaganda is ongoing. They even say they are signing petition to arrest Simon Ekpa. I do not know, what kind of petition they are signing to arrest Simon Ekpa for other reasons. These people don't understand that we are actually in freedom fighting. Freedom fighting where we do not validate Nigeria state. We are fighting for our freedom. Nigeria state have committed war crime, genocide, crime against humanity in our land, leading us to take the decisive decision we are taking today. And every necessary measure will be taken to make sure that we save Biafrans from Nigeria. Come 2023.
Like this, you will be infected. If you eat me as a meat, or cancer kileri, you know cancer maybe, or you cancer you finish again, come and eat me as a meat. If you eat me and go to sleep and wake up, you know, you can't eat me.
This was when he was warning them. He was warning all these Ifajunas. They thought it was a joke. Today, some of them are nowhere to be found. So many of them today are gone. And the ones who are still parabolating up and down are still doing that because of their ego. Shame, they can't be able to handle it. But every one of them, what I just played is a reminder for them. They know what awaits them.
Yes.
They know what is coming. As long as you are standing against Biafra, your end is going to come in such a way that you will not have anybody to stand for you. Sure. As long as you're standing against Biafra, what is going to befall you, you can never, ever, ever handle it. It is better in this present day that you retrace your step while you still have time. Our Prime Minister is very generous. In most occasions, he has given the olive branch to them. He has given the olive branch for them to return back.
Yeah.
That is why he is slow on fighting the eternal war. Recently, he has given an open invitation. Open invitation to the politicians. Come to Finland. Come to the convention. State your case. Be a witness. An express invitation for any politician who wants to be there. Because the government of Biafra will not listen to your excuse. There is no excuse you will give when the time comes and say, oh, because of this, that is why I did this. Or I wasn't told, I didn't hear, I wasn't consulted. Even a child in Biafra land today knows what is going on.
Yeah.
Anybody that refused to participate, you did that intentionally, and the law of Biafra will not be lenient on you. Whatever our law says, I didn't make it, including myself that is speaking. If I disobey the law, whatever the law says, you will face the full wrath of the law. It's a respect of nobody. There is no sacred cow. No sacred cow when it comes to Biafran law. Everyone will face it. If you know what you will do today while you have your time, while you still have chance, you better do it. Before we continue, let me play a small commercial to remind our people of a program.
51 or plus 44 74 47 92 91 63.
Somebody in one field. Ask him, I have to walk again, Jabba, I have to walk in. Many yard to walk in. You have to walk out, I have to walk in, singing, get with the clock and get with the bullet. If you never keep running, ask me, you have to walk in. Or four. In general, keep a rational, I have to walk again, get Jana ceremony. Nafufuni le come bonata. Afufuni le come Biafranata. Everybody the can buy in this year. One of the Ocho can create terrorists can buy my Abu as a man the cannot plan on your job, can they cook or job after social media about the Kalashim and the Jala ceremony this year.
I want those of you who are hardcore, those who we are chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is the message for you. Those who from their mother's womb were born. Do this very well. You must be very, very
Otu nnọkọ ezinụlọ otu ada ndị bụ na ndị egede hibere n'ije nwere onwe anyị iji were kwado onye isi ala anyị na ndị otu ọrụ ya Biafra Republic Government in Exile na-akpọ ụwa niile okwu na-akpọkwazi ụmụ Biafra niile nọ na mpaghara mba ụwa niile iji nabata onye isi ala nwa ime mmụọ nke Maazị Nnamdi Kanu nwata tọrọ agbara agbakasịa ya ahụ.
Minister of Biafra Republic Government in Exile. Once Simon M. He won the school to sleep about the everybody has come from my
ọnwa Ọktoba agba 13 n'afọ 2024 ma ọkụ elekere 6 nke mgbede n'oge Biafra ebe ọgbakọ bụ na mbugharị ndị oyibo kpọrọ Zoom.
A human being sliced into two. Can you imagine such a thing? Biafra is going to emerge as a nation, despite the support of Britain, Russia, Egypt, and some other friends of Nigeria. We all will surely come out as a nation because we are fighting a just cause. Even a little child on the street will tell you this. We shall never go back to Nigeria again. God's grace will surely emerge as a nation. And so, as far as this war continues, we'll fight to the last man.
You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic.
fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for your patience, and all these informations are programs that are lined up. Every one of us, you make sure you key into those programs and be part of it. In this restoration of Biafra, we have a responsibility. There is something you can do, there is something I can do. Every one of us should pick up something to do for the restoration of Biafra. Those of us who are financially capable, please do not hesitate to support financially. When we talk about the defense of Biafra land, you cannot defend the land empty-handed. The people who have volunteered and committed their life into this need the instrument to do the job. That instrument costs money. The granite they used to go in the front, it costs money. And for everyone that drops on the ground, it must be replaced. It is you and I that will replace it. There is no organization sponsoring Biafra, no government of the world sponsoring Biafra. It is the Biafran people that are sponsoring their own freedom. And that is why it is very important that we continue to participate. And that is the beauty of it all. Nobody is going to dictate to us how it's going to be. Every one of us are equal stakeholders in this restoration of Biafra, and we will do everything possible to see that Biafra is restored. Wherever you are watching this program from, I want you to know, do not forget, today is sit at home. Biafra land is under lock and key. Remember the word of our Prime Minister, we will not stop until Mazen Nandekan is released. We will not stop until Biafra comes. And as you all know, they have refused to release Mazen Nandekan. Instead, they are intensifying in their evil. The judge has rescued herself from the case, but it has not ended. You see, in the last time the lawyers went to see him, they refused the lawyer from going to see Mazen Nandekan in detention. All these are the trials and temptations we are facing, and we cannot keep silent and pretend nothing is happening. That is why our Prime Minister Mazen Nandekan has intensified in the restoration of Biafra, starting from tomorrow. It is going to be a lockdown. There will be no celebration in Biafra land of October 1st. October 1st celebration will not happen in Biafra territory. It will not. Wherever you are, stay indoor. It is a lockdown. It is a sit at home. October 1st is a sit at home. Stay indoor. Don't put yourself in harm's way. Do not. You must have to protect yourself. Information is power. Obedience is better than sacrifice. This time, you must have to obey instructions. Those are the right way and the places to go. Wherever you are watching this program from, I want you to tighten your belt very strong. Freedom doesn't come cheap. Freedom comes with sacrifice. You must prepare your mind for the sacrifice. Even if it requires ultimate sacrifice, you must be ready. Remember what they told Mazen Nandekan when he consulted some top officials in the United Nations. They told him, why did you stop? Why did your people stop in the first time? That until you let people understand that your freedom was your life, until you make the world understand that you can put your life on the line for your freedom, they are not going to pay attention. That is where we are today. Biafrans are committed to the restoration of Biafra. It is no longer time to paint walls. It is no longer time for political correctness. It is time to defend Biafra land and defend what we stand for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what they think. It doesn't really matter. For a long time, we have tried to please people. We are trying to be politically correct. We are trying to sound good to people. Not anymore. It is Biafra and nothing else. They were able to succeed in telling so many lies against us because we kept silent. That is why they succeeded in pushing wrong narrative, wrong narratives. They push lie, and people believe it. The world believe it. The other regions in Nigeria believed it. Lies from the pit of hell. And today, we are going to dig into one of those lies. The video I'm about to play now is a video that's extracted from Okuta panel. Remember the Okuta panel that was instituted by Obasanjo? I want you to listen to the Okuta panel. They were discussing about the civil war. When they called the civil war, the coup that was planned by Nigerian young officers. Nigerian young officers, they termed it and changed it, and they called it Igbo coup. Because of that, they came against the Biafran people and they fought war and took more than 5 million people out. Biafran lost more than 5 million people. And since then, since 1967 up to this minute, Biafrans are still losing. The war is still on. The genocide is still ongoing. Simply because of an action of Nigerian young officers. The criminals, the hatred, the wicked ones, the caliphates, they change the terms and they call it Igbo coup in order to plot war against the Biafrans, in order to commit genocide against Biafrans. I want you to listen to this very video carefully and closely. You are going to learn a lot from this video I'm about to play. Let us watch together and hear what they have to say.
That is why I say you wanted to quote him out of context.
No, I wanted to state what I feel is right from my own response.
I put it to you.
Yes, my lord.
That you never quoted Obasanjo correctly.
I quoted him correctly. If
Thank
you can
you.
identify any word I inserted there that did not come from the book, please, my lord, do that.
Good. Look at page 11.
Yes, my lord.
Paragraph 6(2).
Yes, my lord.
Can you read it aloud?
6(2) reads, they want us to believe.
No.
That
6(2)(a).
Better. The 5 majors involved in organizing and execution of the coup were all Igbos.
Yes.
Majors Anufora, Chukwuka, Okafo, Ademoyega, and Ifeajuna.
Ademoyega, is he Igbo?
Ademoyega is from the description.
Is he Igbo?
Yes, he is.
He is Igbo.
Did you hear that? One of the major who was involved in that coup, Ademoyega, they are asking this idiotic man who wrote a book and claimed that it is 5 Igbo officers that went for that coup. And he included a name. One of the officers is called Ademoyega. And they are asking this idiot, Ademoyega, Major Ademoyega, is he an Igbo person? And look at this clown standing before the Okuta panel, lying, saying that Ademoyega is an Igbo person. This was how they pushed lie narrative that led to the civil war that we are still suffering today. Look at somebody who claimed to be intelligent in the presence of the whole people in the court. In Okuta panel, hear him and hear him very well, saying that Ademoyega, that even a child, you know that that is not an Igbo person. He wrote a book and said 5 major of Igbo extraction. Ademoyega, is he an Igbo person? And this idiot shamefully opened his mouth and said, yes. I want you to see how idiotic he sounds.
Paragraph 6(2).
Yes, my lord.
Can you read it aloud?
6(2) reads, they want us to believe.
No.
That
6(2)(a).
Better. The 5 majors involved in organizing and execution of the coup were all Igbos.
Yes.
Majors Anufora, Chukwuka, Okafo, Ademoyega, and Ifeajuna.
Ademoyega, is he Igbo?
Ademoyega is from the description.
Is he Igbo?
Yes, he is.
He is Igbo.
They are laughing. This was how they created this.
Please,
Let me clarify this.
Okay,
Let
please
me clarify
silence.
this.
Could you see what is
Please silence.
When this one was depicted.
Colonel.
Yes, my lord.
Don't mind who put who. You
Yes.
signed it.
Yes.
You are a colonel.
Yes, my lord.
You have read 5 names of military officers.
Yes, my lord.
Did you know them? At all?
Personally, you mean?
As a human being, did you know them in the army?
No.
Did you know them?
No.
You've never met them?
No.
Have you ever heard about them?
Yes.
No. You heard about those 5?
Yes.
And in paragraph 62A of the document you signed as a retired colonel,
Yes, my lord.
you put 5 names.
Yes.
And Ademoyaga is an Igbo. Is that correct?
No.
Thank you.
You see? Now he got back his senses. He said no. But they have preached this. He has written it down. He testified that Ademoyaga is an Igbo person. This is the evil of the zoo. It is so foundational, so deep that the only thing that will solve this problem is to end this. You can imagine. You can imagine what caused the life of 5 million people. A lie. Sponsored by the media, the Afonja media. He called himself an educated man, a writer. And look at him looking stupid in the face of the judges. In the Kuta Palace.
Okay.
Something that caused the life of more than 5
Show him Exhibit 9.
Today you're making it as a laughing stock.
Have you see Exhibit 9?
Yes, sir.
It was written by Ademoyaga.
Adewale Ademoyaga.
Was it the same person you put in your exhibit? Do you know?
I believe so, my lord.
You think so?
Yes.
Have you read that book?
No, I did not read this one.
You've never read it. The reason why you put him as Igbo,
yes, my lord,
is to enable you attribute the entire fault
yes,
to Igbo people. Is that correct?
No, my lord.
Why did you put him as Igbo?
The name Ademoyaga as compiled in this thing was presumed Igbo.
Was presumed Igbo. Thank you.
Just imagine how foolish this man sounds. Just imagine. Just imagine how foolish this man sounds. Something that caused the life of more than 5 million people. This was how they fought Igbo coup. And some people are still carrying that Igbo coup mentality today.
Please silence.
Please, silence. Please. Thank you.
Colonel.
Yes, my lord.
Could you tell the panel?
Yes, my lord.
Why Ademoyaga,
yes, sir,
a Yoruba man, should be presumed Igbo?
Well, my lord, I believe when this paper was authored, the lists of the names that came in with the belief that they were all Igbos.
You see?
The what?
The list that were enumerated.
The intention was just to make it an Igbo coup.
On the belief.
That
the intention was for them to use their mouth and call it an Igbo
because
so that they can be
Igbos were people, those who were writing it, operated the coup.
Can you repeat that question, please?
I mean, any name that those who were writing your exhibit,
yes,
any name that sounded Igbo, you have to put them because it must be those people who either Igbos or answer Igbo names, but they are not Igbos. They must be the planners of the coup. Is that correct?
It's not everybody. Other people's name would have been reflected.
Why then did you presume Ademoyaga as Igbo?
Yes.
Have you any reason?
Do you know he took part in the coup?
Yes.
And because he took part in the coup,
Yes.
he must be Igbo.
No. No. It's
Why?
not, because here, it has been stated here that other people took part in this coup who are not Igbos.
Do you
But
agree?
We are talking of the leaders
Colonel,
of the coup.
do you agree that there were other people who took part in the January 15th coup who were not Igbos?
There could be, I have not read
Do
that.
you say so here?
There could be
There
other
could-
people who took part who are not Igbos.
No.
And it does happen.
You see, you haven't answered my question.
Yes, my lord.
Why did you think Ademoyaga must be Igbo? Any answer?
We did not,
He doesn't have answer.
let me say here, Ademoyaga's name appeared as one of the 5 majors who planned the coup.
And therefore,
And
he must be an Igbo.
not necessarily,
Why?
not necessarily.
Why? Because it's an Igbo coup.
Yes, 90% of officers who planned and executed the coup are Igbos.
Including-
And therefore it's assumed, it's straightforward an Igbo coup. I'll give you an instance. In the military, if I decide to plan a coup, most of the people that will be brought into that will be my own confidence.
Good. And they must come from your own area.
And in this case, mostly, I will give you instances. The coup that executed General Bata, if you remember, most of those people who are involved came from what the geographical zone called North Central today, because they have confidence in their own people.
Maybe I can
Likewise,
see you. Thank you.
when
We like
Oka
it.
and Stroke, if you find out most of the people that were involved in that coup came from, Oka was the only one that came from the Benue. All others came from Delta and surrounding, because Major Mukoro was the one that masterminded that coup, and Nyan. And therefore, they are confident at their either tribal or closest people. So it does happen. It does happen that in every coup, you always confide in the people closest to you. And therefore, most likely, in Nigeria most especially, is those people that come from your own tribe or nearest to your tribe.
What rank did you have in the army by January 1966? Had you joined the army?
By January 1966,
Had you joined the army?
I was not in the army.
You were not in the army. You were not in a position to say how the coup was planned.
Oh God, these people,
I was not in the position to say how the coup was planned.
Thank you.
But I'm giving you antecedents of all coups that have happened in this country.
You heard there was a coup in July of 1996.
Yes.
That was planned also by people from one area, from what you say. Is that correct?
Most of the people that were involved will always be your own confidence. They can spread across the place.
Who planned that coup?
Which of the coup?
The July 29th.
Your Lordship, that history has never been brought out. There are quite a number of names that were part. It was a conspiracy.
Do you know?
It was, I don't know.
You don't know. Now, you were telling the Lordships about the one of Dimka.
Oh God.
No, I didn't say Dimka. I said Oka.
Oka.
And Mamman Bata's coup.
So each of those coups.
Yes, my lord.
Where is Oka from?
Oka is from Benue.
So all those, so that was a Benue coup.
Benue coup.
No.
Okay.
I
that
told
wasn't
you,
a
the one
Benue
in
coup.
Oka's case was planned by Colonel Nyan, who is still at large today. The people, Oka was just brought in at the tail end of the coup. He was the only person from that part of the country. All the others were from Delta and neighboring states.
So
that's what I'm saying.
So that was a Delta coup.
Yes.
Thank
you.
so?
Please, it's okay.
This is a conspiracy. This was a conspiracy that
It's okay, silence.
They all conspired
Please, it's okay.
Steal from this same.
You were in the army when Buhari became the head of state. Is that correct?
Yes, my lord.
Answer.
There was a coup before then.
Before Buhari became
the head of state.
Of course.
Yes.
Who was responsible for that coup?
Who was responsible?
That was a conspiracy between the high-ranking top.
You don't want to call their
in the
name?
army.
Mention two.
He come to the north.
As
You
at
don't
then,
want to call their name.
obviously, you have the chief of army staff.
Who?
The other people, General Babangida was there. Quite a number of people that I cannot remember exactly. But what I was saying, and let me, General Babangida was there. General Omu was there.
So, would you regard that one?
Will I?
That coup,
yes,
that put Buhari as the head of state,
yes,
as Hausa coup?
Of course not.
Of course
Why
not?
And this is my reason here.
You see?
This is my reason here.
But you call 1966 to Igbo coup.
This is my reason here. In that coup,
I ask another one.
Yes, in that
I ask another one.
Yeah, no, let me clarify this one.
I'll keep asking you questions. Your lawyers will clarify.
Okay.
Buhari was, Shagari was overthrown.
By Buhari, yes. By Buhari's coup, yes.
Shagari was overthrown.
Yes, my lord.
By who?
By the coup of General Buhari, yes.
Where does Buhari come from?
From the north.
Northern coup.
Whose coup?
Buhari's coup. So, because
yes, it is Buhari's coup, if you want
Northern
to call it
coup.
That. It is not Northern coup, it's Buhari's coup.
This one has become Buhari coup, not Northern coup. But 1999 or 1966 coup, that one is Igbo coup. But Buhari coup is Buhari coup, not Northern coup.
Please. Silence is okay, please. Silence.
Colonel.
Yes, my lord.
Do you know?
Yes, sir.
Major Chukwuma Nzobu.
No, I have read about him, my lord.
Where did you read about him?
I've read in several books and in the history and in the records of the army that he was one time a major in the Nigerian army.
Did you use any of the books you read about Nzobu to write your petition which you signed?
No, I did not use the knowledge of the books about Nzobu to produce this document.
You did not?
Not the books that I read. We didn't quote some.
You did not?
We did not. I did not personally attributed some of those things to that book.
All right.
Yes, my lord.
Look at your page 11.
Yes, I'm on page 11, my lord.
62B.
62B. The
Yes.
officer used in Kaduna to kill the Sadona was an Igbo Nzegu.
Is that the same man you have read about?
It's the same man I have learned about through the army, yes.
You know there is a Captain Nzegu.
Pardon?
Do you know, I'm a man, that there is a Captain Nzegu?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Do you know you lied here when you say it was Nzegu that killed Sadwana?
I did not lie.
It is a lie. Look at the point. Look at what you wrote, if you say you know. It was not Nzegu that killed Sadwana. I put it to you.
From the evidence we have, it was him.
This your document is false.
Well, you can prove that.
My fellow Biafrans, you have just watched the most ridiculous thing that happened in Nigeria. You know, some of these things are not brought before us. Some of them are hidden from the public. The public don't know. But you see, children that are born today have carried it in their mind. When they say Igbo coup, Igbo coup. Even up to this moment, as you see intelligent people come to argue about Igbo coup. This was Okuta panel that was set up by Obasanjo. And you see lawyers asking reasonable and responsible questions. That man who was being put on that panel to ask questions, the person they're asking questions is a military man who wrote a book about the war. These are the people who called it Igbo coup and instigated the war that happened. A coup that the officers of Nigeria, Nigerian young officers, embarked in a revolution, not even a coup, a revolution by the Nigerian young officers. Idiots like this wrote and they called it Igbo coup, including a Yoruba man, Ademoyiga, as an Igbo person. Look at him shamelessly calling Ademoyiga as an Igbo person until he's been reprimanded and then he got himself. And today, we are still suffering because of these idiotic write-offs. Today, the Afonja have not yet changed from that evil. You see why the only option is to leave Nigeria. They will never stop. The propaganda, the blackmail has not stopped. They are still doing even more. Today, they are still pushing more hatred. Trying to make us small, trying to divide us, trying to destroy us. That is what they are doing. That is why we wake up and we hear that they are sending IDP. They are sending IDPs to Biafra land. They want to send internally displaced people to Biafra land to settle them. These internally displaced people, in the same zoo, they have their own country, they have their homes, they have their own locations, they have their own states. You did not settle them in their states. You did not get back their land from the terrorists. Today, terrorists drove them away and take over their land. You didn't go take your military to go there and restore their land. What you are doing is to now export those people to Biafra land. Even though you claim that you have the largest portion of the land. You didn't see any place to relocate them in the whole of the northern state. The northern state that have the largest portion of the land, you did not locate the IDP to any northern state. You are taking them all the way to Biafra land in Igbo state. That is where you want to go and put your IDPs. Using another Ifajuna. Because you have an Ifajuna in Igbo state. You want to relocate IDPs to Igbo state. You have shared your money for education. You did not give the Biafran people. There is no president of federal government in Biafra land. You have shared your position and your whatever. You didn't include them. But today, in exporting your terrorists, you want to bring them to Biafra land by all means. You have removed us and cut us into pieces and made the Igbo Biafran to look very small. You call them 5 Igbo states when we know that they are in 12 states. That is not enough for you. You are still bringing people into that little place where they are. The only alternative for us is to walk out of the zone. And I thank you for our Prime Minister Mazi Samareba. He has said it will not happen. And it will never happen. Wherever they are planning that nonsense, it will never happen. It doesn't matter how they plan it. It will never happen. They can never export any IDP to Biafra land. We are not ready to receive any of such. Relocate them to any part of the north or return them back to their homes. They have their land, they have their homes. But because you are a terrorist government, sponsoring the terrorists, you are only interested in taking over our land. That is why the Biafran government is doing everything humanly possible to remove every terrorist in uniform in Biafran territory. Remove every terrorist in off uniform over the Biafran territory. And we will continue to do so until Biafran comes. My fellow Biafrans, as we continue, let us hear this message from the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, Master Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra.
Decided that we design the solution that suits us. And that solution is that everything we do, since they make our country and our land very uncomfortable for us, we will bring our freedom from diaspora. And that's what we're doing today. So the enabling environment that was not created for us in Biafra land, the different countries where we reside have created that environment, and we are struggling to bring this kind of system back to our people for them to live like human beings. So we will always outsmart the terrorist state of Nigeria, where every person from the northern Nigeria is always looking forward for the Islamic State and for everybody to become Muslim. We reject it. You can't force us to become what we don't want to become. We are Christians, we are Jewish, and we are traditionalists. And you can't take that away from us. We have a culture, and what British did in the 1914 amalgamation, where they did not take into consideration the dangerous diversity and amalgamated us by force with the barrels of the gun. That has been over 100 years. Today, the children of these people you forced into amalgamation have risen up. We're educated, we are scattered all over the world, and above all, we know our right. That is the most important thing. The right you created, the laws you made by yourself, and now today we are taking advantage of this law that is for the best interest of our children, ourselves, and our unborn generation. Biafrans, stand your ground. We have come to end the slavery against our people. We have come to end the marginalization of the Nigeria terrorist state. We have come to end the injustice being meted on our people for ages. We have come to end the killings, injustice that Nigeria has, given to our people for almost over 100 years. And that history is being made today, and all of you are part of it. I am leading the liberation of Biafra without fear. And I will stand in front of the enemy until the end, when the whole world will know that indeed Gandhi has one head. The world will know that Mandela has one head, and Simon Ekpa have one head as well. Just like every one of you. I am here to end the suffering of Biafra people, and it will start from the December 2nd in Lakti, Finland, in a very holy city where I am, where I have been grounded to become what I am today. May God bless you, bless Finland, bless every country that have supported us so far, both secretly, physically, openly, and otherwise. And airborne.
You have heard our Prime Minister. His words are very clear. If you don't understand our Prime Minister, I don't think you will ever understand any other person. His words are very, very, very clear and doesn't need any further interpretation. Every one of us must focus because our freedom is here. You're welcome, my beloved brother Maxwell. Thank you so much for joining. Can you hear me, my brother Max?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, Mazichus. Good morning to you, and good morning to every Biafran that is listening to us today, both in the comment section and those that are, that can watch it later. I say, may God continue to bless all of you for your resilience and support, your doggedness, to fight for what is good and what is good in the sight of God and man. And God bless my eloquent Prime Minister, that thing in Finland. That man that doesn't know, that has never been in the cockpit before to know what autopilot is. That man that doesn't have frontal lobe. That man that has trichotomy, or whatever they call itself, 21. And all this nonsense has never affected him. He is waxing stronger stronger and stronger. He is behaving like water cement. The more it gets in contact of the water, the stronger it becomes. I don't know where these things are coming from. It can no longer come from any other place, but from Chukwu Okike Abiama that give us the life that we breathe and whatever that we enjoy. So if you are not following him, please follow him and support him. And if you think that you are going to kick against him, you are going to kick a very hard rock. And you will never go home the same after kicking that rock. And I pray that God is going to make it happen that way. I use this opportunity to salute Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and pray that God will strengthen him physically. I am emphasizing on his physical well-being. I always pray every Biafra must support Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that God will prepare him physically. Spiritually, our leader is very, very sound, just like God has made him and prepared him to face these evils. Pray for his physical look, and he is going to be well. And he is going to come out by the special grace of our Chukwu Okike Abiama. Thank you so much, my brother. His Honorable Biafran Republic government in exile, the honorable members of that government in exile, the leader who is Mazi Simon Ekpa, Prime Minister that I mentioned earlier on. May God continue to guide and direct you people on the right things to do that will favor Biafrans, that will restore my mother's ancestral land, that will maintain the sacredness of my mother's ancestral land, that will protect the young, especially our ladies in Biafra land, that the enemies that have come to even issue ultimatums or circular for free marriages of these invaders to our young ladies, our beautiful ladies, must not happen or encouraged. It is an abomination in the eyes of the gods of Biafra land and Chukwu Okike Abiama that created those gods. And we will not allow such thing to happen. Wherever you see such thing happening, giving hands, giving our young females hands in marriage to people you have nothing in common with, to report and stop it. It is not going to yield a very good fruit at the end. Rather, it is going to give you snakes that are going to bite us from within. Because no matter how snake is, the snake can never give birth to anything that is short. It is always belong. Agwo anamu umodempompo. That is the Igbo adage. That is how they say it. We must control what happens to our land. We must control how our people are being allowed to interact with these criminal invaders. What they are seeking to do is to sow those seeds in our female young ones, those that are gullible, and they will also collect. Do not be enticed with what they give you. This is their habit, and that is their mode. That is how they operate. I want to thank my people in Biafra land today that are still observing the sit at home. Continue to do it, my people. There is no other way for us to get our freedom apart from disobedience to this criminal construct called Nigeria and their activities. We can no longer march out, but the time will come when we will march out. That time is soon approaching. But for now, we must adopt this system of sitting at home is also constitutionally guaranteed for us to do that as part of our civil disobedience tactics. I thank you all. And what will I say? There are so many things that are happening in the zoo. The way they are destroying themselves by their own acts. I am waiting on Israel to respond either diplomatically or anyhow for supporting the terrorists that doesn't want Israel to exist on the surface of this earth. Just the same way they don't want Biafrans to exist on the surface of this earth. We are doing something that the world will reason with. Nigeria is a country where criminals are bred. People are fantastically corrupt. People will flout the rules of engagement to their own advantage. You look at what is happening in Nigeria today, these are testament of the evil that country has encouraged. And we say, no, we cannot be part of it. And I am going to support in any means that I can to make sure that Biafrans are not part of it. And what some of it is what I am doing today. This is the same thing I preach every platform. No matter how big the attack is, I will be there to defend the interests of the Biafran people. May God continue to bless all of you as you do those things that are geared towards the restoration of Biafra. Those things that you are going to do will put Nigeria uncomfortable. They will put them in an uncomfortable position and they won't like you. Be careful how you move around Biafra land. Be careful who you speak to. Be afraid of me as an individual. You are okay, be also afraid of me. Trust yourself and what you can do and what you can contribute. Because as it was in the old, the saboteurs and people with vested interests that are supporting the evil that was going on that time, the same thing happens today. It is there today, it's imminent, and we must be careful, because once you are fighting for the freedom of Biafran people, there are quite a lot of things that will happen to us. And I pray that God, Chukwu Kikabiama, will give us the strength to challenge and stand strong against these demons. Thank you so much, Ayode.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you for that amazing contribution. Thank you so much for the support you have always given to us on this platform. I appreciate you so much, even in the difficult situation and your schedules. You always make time to join us. I appreciate you so much, my beloved brother. And my fellow Biafrans that are watching far and wide, we are coming to the end of the program as we have spent almost 2 hours on this program. Wherever you are watching this program from, I want you to understand that today remains sit at home. It continues. Don't say you are not told. Don't say you are not warned. Do not expose yourself to danger. Just as my brother have said, be careful. Be security conscious at all time where you go. Tomorrow is a lockdown. Tomorrow, October 1st, is a lockdown. In Biafran territory, there is no celebration of October 1st. In case you did not hear it now. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors. If you're living abroad, call your family and tell them. Tomorrow is a sit at home. Tomorrow is a lockdown. Nobody must participate in anything called celebration tomorrow. The zoo that all of us know is not independent. The fake independent they are celebrating tomorrow, we are not part of it, and we will never be part of it. We are already out. The delegitimization of the zoo has continued and will continue. Very soon, the 60 days lockdown will start of all government institutions in Biafran territory. It will start. So wherever you are, try to support the Liberation Army of Biafra financially. Very, very important. The Biafran government is doing everything humanly possible to see that we succeed in what we are doing. Join the IOU loan. If you have any contribution to make through the IOU loan, do not hesitate to do so. The contact is there that you can use. Go to the Biafran site. You go to the site, you are going to see the link, and you ask your questions, or you can contact any of our media warriors to direct you on the IOU loan. The least you can be able to loan Biafra is $1,000. And at the end, you will have 100% interest in any money you lend to Biafra. 100%. After the restoration of Biafra, you are going to get 100% interest and other benefit that follows it. There are numerous benefits that follows it. Try to participate and join. Make sure you are part of the program. And before we go, let us go to the platform of our Prime Minister, Mazi Samaneba, and see the updates that we can be able to lay our hands on. Because, you know, information is power, and we will not hesitate to bring information to you at all times. So if you are watching, you can see the update we have from our Prime Minister, Mazi Samaneba. This one said, on September 22nd, 2024, Biafra Republic of Exile lobbyist Elias Gonzalez met with leaders of the Biafra Republic of Exile New York administration during their strategy session. Many areas of collaboration between Biafra Republic of Exile lobbying firm and the Biafran American diaspora were discussed. The Biafra Republic of Exile lobbying firm is working closely with the Biafran American diaspora and Biafra supporters in the United States. These are the picture section of the meeting. The lobbying group of Biafra is doing extraordinarily well. Everything that needs to be done are being done. Our lobbying group is not sleeping. Today, in DC, we are making waves. So many congressmen have been met, and so many other discussions are going in openly and underground. It is not hidden. And I bet you, the coming of Biafra is coming with strength and with thunder. And nobody can stop it. It doesn't matter how you try, you can't stop it. Our Prime Minister also wrote in his platform, he said, the way we will be shelling the terrorists Nigeria soon, that very soon we are going to be giving the Nigerian government woto woto. Just as you are seeing, we are going to be giving them woto woto. The same way you see the state of Israel defending themselves, we are going to defend ourselves also. And this one says, these are the people having sleepless nights on how to destroy Israel. They can't stand the shame. This is the best they can do. That is it. The world today is working according to interests. People do not care. They don't care about you. They don't care about us. People who committed genocide against us today, they are being celebrated in the world. They are celebrated all over the world. The people that committed genocide against Biafra, they are celebrated all over the world. You go to Nigeria, they are given titles. If you talk about Nigeria today, the very first person you are going to remember is Murtala Mohammed. They named him after the airport. A man that committed genocide against Biafran people, took the life of innocent children. Obasanjo today, who they are parading anywhere, Obasanjo is speaking in Africa, in all parts of the world, recognized, committed genocide against Biafran people. He is part of the genocide. Actively, he participated actively in the genocide against Biafran. None of them have apologized. Today, Gowon, who was the head of state when that genocide was committed, who participated fully, who invited other of his neighbors to join him in that genocide. Today, he is still alive and they're celebrating him. They want to take him to, they are relocating him to United States, to Britain. They are relocating Gowon to his slave master, to his masters in the UK. That is where he will remain. Just as we have prayed and said that Chukwu Okikabia should keep him alive until December, so that the promise Dim Odumegwu who made him will fulfill in his presence. Finally, today they are taking him to the UK. Just as our Prime Minister said that even when he wants to give up, they are going to inject him to stay alive and see the declaration of the restoration of the state of Biafra. After declaration, he can go if he wants to. But as long as he stays, let him stay until December 2nd after that declaration. They are transferring him to the UK. He is relocating permanently to UK because they know that his life is won by. But we have begged and prayed to Chukwuka to keep him until we exit the zoo. Then all hell will break loose. You can see the other update there. It says Nigeria October 1st is banned in Biafra land. Let this particular information sink in your head. Tomorrow, everything Nigerian within Biafra land will be shut down. There will be no movement from 6 a.m. till 4 p.m. Hear it and hear it right. Our Prime Minister has said it. There will be no October celebration. It is a total lockdown. A total lockdown. There will be no movement from 6 a.m. till 4 p.m. Don't say you were not told. Put yourself on the line. I bet you will go to heaven and explain. We don't have any prison to keep anybody. Neither do we have food to give to anybody or to send you to God to judge you. There is another update here from our Prime Minister. It says, that's one. The Nigerian October 1st celebration is banned in Biafran territory. Over 50 million Biafrans who voted in the self-referendum will mind their business. Every Nigerian institution in Biafra land will be shut down tomorrow, 1st October 2024. Biafrans can go about their businesses. This is instruction for our Prime Minister. This instruction came, the latest instruction came 2 hours ago. Nigerian October 1st celebration is banned in Biafran territory. Over 50 million Biafrans who voted in the self-referendum will mind their businesses. Biafrans will mind their businesses. Every Nigerian institution in Biafra land will be shut down tomorrow. Biafrans can go about their businesses. This is the instruction. Biafrans can go about their businesses. It is not as if Biafrans will. The lockdown, the shutdown is for the institutions, every institution of Nigerian government. Our Prime Minister have changed it. 2 hours ago, this very update came. It had been changed. The lockdown is for the institution of Nigeria in Biafran territory, not for Biafran people. Not for Biafran people. Biafran people already, they have existed. They are not part of it. They go about their businesses and do what they have to do. But every institution that represents the zoo will be shut down in Biafra land. This is the instruction, and every one of us should pay attention and know that the lockdown is for the government of Nigeria, not for our citizens. This is another update. There's a guy that made a video and posted and was asking one of the Biafran that are being intimidated in Ghana. A Biafran, I think a Biafran in Ghana, he's saying that some people are intimidating him and they are trying to run down his business in Ghana. He wanted to register for his business, a hotel he opened. He wanted to register the hotel, but they have decided not to allow him register and to make sure they frustrate him. And because of that, he has called on the government of Biafra to come to his aid. And our Prime Minister is saying that anybody that has a contact to the man or that knows this man should tell him to reach out to our Prime Minister through any of our media. He can contact any one of us. We will link him up to our Prime Minister, and then action will be taken to make sure that his hotel is registered. You can reach and say, Prime Minister Mazi Saman Eba, this man needs Biafran government intervention. He bought a hotel and want to register it, but some Nigerian Yoruba people are paying the Ghana government to stop him after he has already paid. You see, the intimidation is everywhere. The Zoological Republic government is attacking us using their funjas in all places. A man bought a hotel, registered it, and they don't want him to operate. So our Prime Minister has given an order that anybody that knows this man should tell him to consult our Prime Minister through any of the media warriors. We will send him to our Prime Minister, and the needful will be done. The next update is just like the video we played before we continued on this program. This is one of the evil of the zoo. This is one of the evil of the zoo. This is their paper, Daily Times. This was when they said the Nigerian decree in 1971 against Biafran people before I was born. The hatred didn't start today, but we are here to end it finally. The hatred of the Biafran people. Since 1971, this was the decree they gave. This was the decree they gave just to make sure that they destroyed the Biafran. And this was after the war. They gave a decree. New decree freezes all bank deposits in East. Every Biafran was given only 20 pounds. Their daily times carried it. You know, sometimes when we say it, some people think it's a lie. That is why most of the time when we say what, we bring evidence. This is Daily Times report in 1971. Daily Time report, look at it. New decree freezes all bank deposits in East states. This is what we went through, and we are still going through it up to today. That is why the only alternative that remains for us today is to exit the Zoological Republic, and we will never stop until we finally exit the zoo. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, do not be deceived. Do not be distracted. Don't allow anybody to talk down on you. The only alternative we have today is to exit the Zoological Republic. There is nothing else that is remaining. And the exit is going to happen. After the declaration on December 2nd, it will be a different ballgame. And we are going to leave this zoo for good and face a new life and a new beginning. My fellow Biafrans, we are going to close the program and we are going to come back again, hopefully tomorrow, to continue. My beloved brother Maxwell, please give us your closing remark while we end the program.
Thank you so much, Mazugo. May Chukwu Kikabiama continue to give you more strength to do what you are doing and to enable you to do more.
You see?
May God bless the Biafrans in the homeland and in the diaspora. May God prosper them. May God protect Mazen Nnamdi Kanu wherever he is, and whatever that they might put into him or try to put into him, God, please cause confusion between them and let them eat from the hands of their own poison.
You see?
May God bless the Prime Minister and the Finnish government for their unwavering support for our Prime Minister and the Biafran Republic government in exile. If not them, we wouldn't have any foundation. Although, as long as it is God's wish, there will always be the sacrificial lamb that God will provide for his own people to channel his cause.
See?
God bless all of you. I have nothing else to tell you people that on behalf of my family, we love you, and love will bring to you the entire Biafran people. God knows the reason why he is keeping Gowon alive. God knows the reason why he is keeping T.Y. Danjuma alive. God knows the reason why he is keeping Obasanjo alive. Obasanjo, hometown today, some of his compatriots are no longer living in their houses. They are in refugee camps. His farm has been attacked severally by the same group he supported against the Biafran people. The same people. The same people. They will be alive to see that Biafra that they say they would not see. Biafra, rejoice that when your enemy is trying to put you in an uncomfortable position, know it that the hands of God is upon you, and he in due time will change the narrative of the evil or the enemy. When they seize your money, your deposit in the banks, no matter the thousands, no matter the millions you have, they confiscated all and gave you only 20 pounds. Today, go and look at your prospect. Go and look at what God has made you to become. If you cannot learn that the hand of God is upon you because of that alone, you don't supposed to be a Biafran. You can never be a Biafran. There is a different blood in you. How do you want to tell me that they gave you 20 pounds after the seizure of your accounts. And today, you are the corner pillar of that country. And when you say you want to leave, they say, no, you will not leave. What did they see in you that makes them to say that? Did you listen to what Obadiah said before his untimely death? If Igbos are allowed to leave Nigeria, he said Nigeria is going to collapse. He said it. There is something they have found out in you. The reason why they won't allow us to go. But no matter what, Akachukwudia, who must go. We cannot continue to live or associate with people we have nothing in common with. And when we try, we don't benefit anything from that. Therefore, God will make us live. Whatever you do today and days coming and in the days to come, please remember that you are a Biafra. Remember that you are the sons and daughters of light. Remember that the influence of God revolves around you. Remember that there is nothing anybody will do to you as a Biafra, because the love of God revolves around every one of you that has the interest of Biafrans at heart. Thank you. And may Chukwu Okike continue to bless all of you as we end this program. Like, share, and comment, and your days and your life will never be the same. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide you, protect you, and secure you. I really, really appreciate you for all your support on this very platform. You have been one of our pillars on this very platform. I appreciate you. So, my fellow Biafrans, I thank everyone who has participated on this program, wherever you've joined us from. I say, may Chukwu Okike guide and protect you. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Liberation Army, the resistance fighters, the strike force, the Black Marine. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect them. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect the de facto government in the homeland. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect every member of the media and their families. Those who are speaking on various platforms, may Chukwu Okike protect them, secure them. May Chukwu Okike continue to be our guide and protector. Give us that strength to be an overcomer. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect the Biafran government, cabinet, every member of the cabinet, every honorable member. May Chukwu Okike be with them, guide them, protect them, secure them. Give them more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. I pray that Chukwu Okike will be with him, guide him, protect him, secure him, give him more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. I pray for our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wherever he is. I pray for strength for him. I pray for healing. I pray for good health. I pray for revelations wherever he is. I pray that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will gain his freedom very, very soon. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafran shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our people. Our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, shall prosper. Thank you so much for joining us. May Chukwu come again and protect us. Thank you and stay blessed. I will see you again next time. Stay blessed and thank you for being part of us.
Biafra Republic! Biafra Republic! Thank
Good guy fighting for us all. Biafra nation you defend. With love and spirit you won't bend. Strength and courage in your heart. From Ghana to Nigeria we all start. Thank you, Simon Ekpa, we adore. With you leading we soar. Simon Ekpa, the good guy. Raise our flags, our touch the sky. Biafra love in every beat. With your spirit we can't be beat. You fight with passion very strong. will always belong. Ghana joins in singing praise. Your name in cheers we all raise. You fight with passion very strong. To you our love will always belong. Ghana joins in singing praise. Your name in cheers we all raise. In brightest day or darkest night, Simon, you are our guiding light. Together we'll find our way, with your spirit here to stay. Biafra's heart, it beats with pride. Simon Ekpa by our side. No matter what it takes, we'll strive. With you our future comes alive. Simon Ekpa, the good guy. Raise our flags high, touch his sky. Biafra loving every beat. With your spirit, we can't be beat. You fight with passion very strong. To you our love will always belong. Ghana joins in singing praise. Your name in cheers we all raise. You fight with passion very strong. To you our love will always belong. Ghana joins in singing praise. Your name in cheers we all raise. You fight with passion very strong. To you our love will always belong. Ghana joins in singing praise. Your name in cheers we all raise. In brightest day or darkest night, Simon, you're our guiding light. Together we'll find our way, with your spirit here to stay. Biafra's heart, it beats with pride. Simon Ekpa by our side. No matter what it takes, we'll strive. With you our future comes alive. Biafra's heart, it beats with pride. Simon Ekpa by our side.